So before we dive into this luxurious tour of my shipping container home, I want to talk to you a little bit about why I chose to live this way and how it integrates with the whole idea of holistic living.
So,
2019, when I relocated back to the United States, I had traveled all around the world to dozens and dozens and dozens of countries. I had lived abroad for nearly 2 decades, really only coming back to the States to visit now and then. But what happened when I traveled abroad was that I had the opportunity to see and acquire a lot of really deep knowledge about what creates longevity in one's life. And I refused to come back to the United States and live in a way that would deplete my source energy, thus, my homestead and container living. So, this shipping container made of steel not only protects me from EMFs so I can continue to raise my frequency, but it's also small because I hate to clean. 632 square feet and I still have a Roomba, right? Check it. So I don't want to spend my time doing that. It's not a good use of my time in this human body to be spending time cleaning, right? So also, I realize that we use very limited space in a home anyway. Like scientifically, maybe we're using 2.5 to 3 rooms in our 5, 6, 7 bedroom or 5, 6, 7 room homes. So that was a big piece too about efficiency. Like, why should I spend all this time going up and down these stairs, pacing all around the house, trying to get to these different places? It just didn't really make any sense. So a kind of tiny home made a lot of sense to me. Plus, it's modular. Like, that's the whole point of this kind of style, is that it's easy to add on to without breaking your bank. I am able to attach another shipping container if I want another space, which I'm definitely thinking about. So come with me on that journey. I definitely want to add a whole container that's just a massive kitchen. The chef in me is just dying for a separate culinary space, right? And I would also love a space that's just dedicated to playing and artistic ventures, because the artist in me really wants to expand their wings, but indoors, right? So much of the influence of this home that you'll see in the tour is artistically inclined, even down to the fact that I have not chosen to paint the walls of the inside of the house. I want it to remain as a shipping container, not only because I think that it is a grounding reminder of exactly the fact that I'm not in a normal home, right? Which constantly reminds me that I'm that bitch and a trendsetter, but it also feels like an art installment that never ends, and it spills out of this house right into the land of this homestead as I contour various gardens and learn to build bridges and, yes, literally build bridges, and learn to navigate color landscapes and all the 50 million things one can do with palettes and cinder blocks, right? DIY is a big part of this kind of lifestyle, because the idea is not to increase your footprint, but to decrease it. The idea is not to be externally bound, but internally motivated and internally anchored. So I definitely find that it's an art project that will absolutely never end, which greatly appeals to me in not only the sense of grounding me, but feeding my mind, my body, and my spirit. With the food that I cultivate on this land, I'm able to stay healthier by taking the food from my backyard and putting it into my mouth. Especially recognizing the massive amounts of nutrient deficiencies that come from food that is cultivated in this ultra rapid chemicalized manner, and the way in which it's also distributed across the US, even when it's coming from other countries. right? If I'm picking fruit and food before it's been ripened, then it doesn't have the opportunity to build up a high nutritive content. So there is very much a way in which mind, body, and spirit is met by living this life on a homestead and living with this kind of tiny home. And I say that because I do believe the average tiny home is like supposed to be 120 square feet. Hard no. Hard, absolute hard no, right? I don't want to increase my stress with my lifestyle choices. I want to minimize and mitigate stress as much as humanly possible with my lifestyle choices. So that being said, and of course more to come.
Okay, so let's dive into this tour. So recently I've painted the outside. Before I left it exposed as the container, like I mentioned. Inside it's still that way, as you can see. All of the standard amenities that would be in a regular home or in this home. I'm going to be remodeling the kitchen over the winter, so this will look nothing like it looks now. But I figured I'd give you a peek, an opportunity to check things out now. Keeping art around is really important. Keeping color around is really important, especially over the winter. The metal does have a kind of industrial vibe, so there's a season for it. Fall is that season, which we're in now, so it's great to maximize on that, but definitely having the color around on these dreary days is helpful, as well as all the light capacity that there is in this home, which is by design. Help to regulate that circadian rhythm. Here I have my yoga swing. Instead of just sitting on the couch, I use the yoga swing. It protects my back, helps me stay flexible. Small altars everywhere just to keep that frequency up high. This is now an office cubby, but was a library during the time of this filming, and this space was the office and is now a full guest bedroom. And part of the whole idea around having a space that is modular is using it and having it shift with whatever your needs are. So if you'll notice, a lot of the furniture's super lightweight, foldable, easily constructed and destructed, cinder blocks and wooden panels, and it's just easy. It's easy to shift a room from one thing to another, which is really great. And one thing that you'll also notice as you're moving through the space is that the rooms are dynamically different. Everything has its own theme. In small areas, having dynamic design in each room helps you feel like you're in a larger space. If you decorate all the rooms the same, it gives a homogeny and it makes you feel like you're in one big room, or one small room rather. So one of the things, as you'll see this master bedroom here and this sort of Eve-inspired bathroom, very earth and energy inspired, which is contrasting to the black and white, more geodynamic look of the master bedroom. So before this is all over, I figured I'd take you on a little tour of the outside space so that you could see what it is that I am transitioning into the food forest and where I'm doing the farming that I spoke about earlier. I started with a much bigger farm. I call it a farm, it's really a garden. I started with a much bigger vegetable and fruit garden initially, or vegetable and herb garden initially. Did have some fruits, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, melons. And I've since learned that I don't need nearly that much space, so I no longer have a garden that large as you see in that image. But I'll definitely keep you posted, and it's been my honor to share this with you.